Imagine a $30 million fighter that can see first, shoot first, and still leave change for an entire squadron. That's not fantasy. That's the JF17 Block 3, quietly reshaping the fighter market. Today it's squaring off against Russia's heavy metal powerhouse, the MiG-35. This isn't just a comparison. It's a clash of philosophies. One jet was bred on Cold War brute force, the other for thrift, export appeal, and a 21st century idea. Win the fight before the afterburner even lights. By the end of this, you'll know exactly why the Thunder could quietly steal the crown from the Fulcrum's flashier, more expensive nephew. Origins and philosophy. Let's dive into their origins. The MiG-35 is essentially a supercharged late-model Fulcrum. Think classic muscle car with a modern tune-up. It boasts twin RD-33MK engines, a bigger wing, more internal fuel, and a beefed-up piece of radar. Moscow bills it as a 4++ generation gap filler, until the Su-57 is everywhere. A testament to the enduring Russian design. If it ain't broke, just make it bigger and faster. The JF-17, however, tells a different story. Back in the 90s, Pakistan and China asked, what if we built a workhorse that costs less than a main battle tank, upgrades like a smartphone, and can be sold to friends without diplomatic strings? The result? A single-engine lightweight fighter, built around a modular plug-and-play avionics bay. It's an agile, adaptable platform. Different homework, different answers. One jet shouts horsepower, the other whispers algorithms. The brains, avionics and cockpit. Now, what truly matters? The sensors. The MiG-35's Zhuk-Mi is a respectable piece of radar, detecting a 5-meter target around 120 km away. Not bad, but it's still spinning a single beam like a lighthouse. Powerful but focused. Slide into the JF-17 Block 3 and meet the KLJ-7A ESA. Same target? 170 km plus 20 plus independent tracks. Here's the real game changer. It can hop frequencies thousands of times per second. That's not just farther. It's sneakier. AESA radars are nearly impossible to jam with legacy systems and harder for passive warning receivers to fingerprint. Cockpit. MIGI gives you 3-color MFDs and a decent HUD. JF-17 gives you a single-panel wide-angle display, a side-stick HOTAS, and helmet-mounted cueing that can sling a PL-10 just by looking over your shoulder. It's intuitive, fast, and keeps your eyes outside. Bottom line, the Thunder sees farther, smarter, and feeds the pilot data faster. In beyond visual range combat, milliseconds by kilometers. The Braun engines and performance. Raw thrust clearly favors the Russian. 2 RD-33MKs push 36,000 lb of reheat versus the Thunder's lone RD-93 at 19,000 lb. But the MiG-35 weighs roughly double. Do the math, and thrust to weight is surprisingly close, a testament to the JF-17's lightweight design. Top end, MiG-35 is Mach 2.2, JF-17 tops at Mach 1.6. Yet modern wars rarely see those numbers because missiles launch well before the red line. Instantaneous turn rate favors the MiG's bigger wing, but sustained turn bleeds energy fast. The JF-17 counters with a lighter frame and digital fly-by-wire that trims drag in real time, maintaining energy better. Service ceiling, both flirt with 55-60,000 feet. The JF-17 specifically reaches 15,000 meters. If you can loft an AEM-120 or PL-15 that high, the fight is already decided. Brawn still matters, but brains decide when to use it. The arsenal, weapons and payload. MiG-35 carries the full Russian buffet. R-73 for knife fights. R-77-1 out to 110 km. Plus KH-31 and KH-35 anti-ship or anti-radar missiles. 11 hardpoints, 6,500 kilo of stores. It can certainly haul. JF-17 Block 3 isn't shy either. Dual-rail PL-15E reach is estimated at 145-150 km. PL-10 imaging infrared seekers for close work. C-802AK for ships. LS-6 satellite-guided bombs for all-weather strike. 9 hardpoints, 3,600 kilos of ordnance. Yes, the Fulcrum lifts more, but the Thunder carries the longer spear. In air policing or interception, first shot is usually the only shot. Export customers also love that Pakistan will integrate Western bombs on request. Russia rarely rewires for NATO kit, a major hurdle for many buyers. The wallet, cost and life cycle. Let's talk money. Sticker price, MiG-35 hovers around $45–50 million. JF17 Block 3 walks out the door at $25–30 million, often including basic training. That's a massive initial difference. Cost per flight hour? Open source figures put the MiG at roughly $18,000. The Thunder clocks in under $9,000. For the same budget, an Air Force could fly double the sorties, increasing pilot proficiency and readiness, or pocket savings. It's a game changer for cash-strapped Air Forces. Maintenance footprint is another quiet killer. One engine versus two, fewer hydraulics, and a supply chain that happily mixes Chinese, European, or Turkish parts means greater flexibility and less reliance on a single source. For Air Forces on tight budgets, that logistical flexibility is pure gold, ensuring readiness without breaking the bank. Export Scorecard. The export scoreboard tells a compelling story. Myanmar flies JF-17s, Nigeria signed for 3, Azerbaijan took 12, Iraq and Bangladesh are circling. It's a popular choice for nations seeking a capable, modern fighter without astronomical price tags or political strings. The MiG-35's only significant overseas commitment was a handful for Egypt, but even that deal saw Egypt switch to Su-35s. Why? Politics, cost, perception. Customers view the Thunder as low-risk, high-upgrade, a smart investment. The MiG still carries the Cold War aftertaste, capable but complex with spare parts at the mercy of sanctions. For long-term operational stability, that's a risk many nations can't afford. Theoretical dogfight. All right, let's play out a scenario. A 4v4 over the Persian Gulf, $35,000 FT, 450 container, both sides get equal AWACS queuing. The JF-17's KLJ-7A spots the MiG-35 flight first. PL-15s ripple off at 100 km. The fulcrums crank, dive, launch chaff, reply with R-77-1. Mid-course guidance from the Russian PISA radar loses lock under heavy jamming. The Thunder's ASA keeps guiding its missiles relentlessly. First salvo nets 2 fulcrums. Survivors merge, pull high alpha climbs, sling R-73s. The Thunder pilot snaps his head, cues PL-10 off-bore sight, guns the throttle, turns inside the missile. The fight quickly devolves. When the dust settles, one MiG-35 is limping home, severely damaged, while all 4 JF-17s are still in the sky. Pure theory, of course, but it vividly illustrates how dramatically reach, superior sensors, and advanced avionics can flip the script in modern air combat. It's about who sees first, shoots first, and manages the fight with superior information. The pilot's perspective. I spoke off record with a pilot who has time in both camps. His take? The MiG feels like a muscle car. Loud, fast, but you're working hard, wrestling with the controls. You feel every ounce of that brute force. It's a visceral, demanding flying experience. The Thunder, he continued, feels more like a video game with cheat codes. The radar does the math, the missiles do the push-ups, and your biggest job is not overthinking. You're more of a tactical manager. Its advanced automation and intuitive human-machine interface significantly reduce pilot workload, allowing focus on the tactical picture. When budgets shrink and training hours get cut, the easier jet to fly and maintain often wins. Less training, faster qualification, and less fatigue all contribute to a more effective fighting force. Verdict: so is the JF-17 better across the board? Not in raw power, top speed, or payload. The MiG-35 holds its own in those traditional metrics. But in the metrics that truly dominate modern peer fights, sensor dominance, first launch opportunity, life cycle cost, and export friendliness, the Thunder doesn't just edge ahead. It often pulls significantly away. It's a weapons system designed for the Instagram era. Affordable, upgradable, and largely sanctions-proof. It offers sophisticated capability without geopolitical entanglements or financial strain. The MiG-35 remains a fearsome machine, a powerful testament to Russian engineering. Yet its value proposition feels stuck in a 1980s spreadsheet. More engines, more tons, more money. In 2024 air combat, the fighter that brings more information to the pilot, and crucially gets it there first, is invariably the one that holds the ultimate advantage. Does wallet-friendly tech beat brute force in your book? Drop your take in the comments. Would you put your Air Force's money on the Thunder or trust the Fulcrum's twin-engine muscle? Like this video if the underdog earned your vote. Subscribe for more no-fluff aviation breakdowns and share your squadron's pick.